We start right under that second line from the bottom in the space below it. We draw our spiral around, touch that bottom line, and when you get over here, pause for a moment. Then we go up this way and hook around. And then once we get there, we draw a line straight down through our previous work and hook it back up. So for our bass clef, we're going to start by finding the second line from the top and putting a little circle that we color in. And then we're going to make sort of a spiral where we start here and we go around, touch the top line, and come back down. And then once we have this shape in place, then we add a dot here and a dot here. I swear this is important. I have this cat, and this cat is truly wonderful. His favorite thing in life is food. There's going to be a picture of him somewhere in here. I haven't decided where I'm going to put it, but you'll see him. He is the definition of a fat cat, truly. And it makes him snuggly and adorable and wonderful. But for the thing I'm about to show you, it's good to have a little visual. All right, I know that seemed unimportant, but when we read a key signature is this part at the beginning of the line of music. Generally, every line will have the key signature printed on it. And in the key signature, the composer is going to tell you which notes should be sharp or flat. And if it says nothing about that note, then that note should be natural. Those sharps are always going to go in the same order, always. Never a different order. But that order is going to feel a little bit random until you memorize it and understand fully why it goes in that order. So until you have reached that level of theory understanding, there is a sentence to help you remember the order of sharps in the key signature. And quite frankly, I still like to use the sentence even though I completely understand why the key signature is arranged the way that it is. So that sentence goes, fat cats go down alleys eating burritos. Now you can decide what your fat cat is eating. I said burritos, but my students pick their own word. Your cat might eat bananas or birds. It could be anything, but it has to start with a B. Okay, so first we're going to write the sentence, but we're going to write it a little bit funny. Okay, so we're going to write the word going vertically like this. Okay, so watch how I do it. Fat is F-A-T, right? F. And then I'm going to keep going this way. A-T. So it's the word fat, but it's going straight down like this. Okay? All right. Hopefully you copied that. So now the next one is cats. C-A-T-S. Ironically, I can hear him coming right now through the cat door. All right. Go. That's easy. G-O. Down, D-O-W-N. Alleys. Okay, let's spell it first and I'll tell you what it is. Alleys, A-L-L-E-Y-S. Well, what is an alley? It's a narrow space between two buildings, and you can picture my fat cat going down the alley between two buildings, looking for a little trash to eat, or maybe a rat. He's actually a pretty good bat catcher for what it's worth. Fat cats go down alleys eating. E-A-T-I-N-G. And now we need a B, and you get to fill in whatever bee food your cat eats. Birds, bats, birthday cake, burritos, bacon, beef, bologna. What do you think your fat cat eats? Mine loves burritos, weirdly. So I'm putting that. Burritos. He's a cat who loves carbs. What can I say? Okay. So sharps will always go in this order. If there's one sharp, it's always F. If there are two sharps, it's always F and C in that order. Okay, you can see how adamant I was about that. It's important to remember it in the right order. All right, to really read a key signature though, we need to see where those sharps go, don't we? So we are going to put sharps on the staff that go with each letter name. And you can see that I have treble on one side and bass on the other. So I'm going to go back and forth between treble and bass. You can be comparing it to your note reading diagram, which is on your left, if you want to make sure that you're looking at the right line or space. But because that makes it very hard for me to do my filming, I'm just going to keep everything in view here, and I will put it on the line in a way where hopefully you can see it very clearly. Okay, so we know that our first sharp is an F. That F is going to be a sharp that for treble clef goes around this top line. So I put in my two vertical lines, and then I put in a horizontal line and a horizontal line, and you can see it looks like that top line is going right through it. Now for bass clef, it's going to look very similar, but that F is on the second line from the top, not the very top one, but the one right underneath it. So we put our F here, vertical line, horizontal line, so it looks like that line is going right through it. Now the way the sharps are arranged is going to be like dunk, 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 like so. So the C for treble clef goes in that third space up. Remember face, F-A-C-E? So that one goes vertical line, and then the horizontal lines need to make it obvious that the sharp is going around that space. I made mine really big, wow. All right. So that means that for bass clef, if it's all cows eat grass, then you are trying to capture that second space from the bottom. All right, and then in a similar fashion, we're going to keep adding sharps. For treble clef, the G goes in that space where it's going to look like it's sitting right on top of the staff. So we put a vertical line. We put a horizontal line that does not capture that top line because we want it to look like it's sitting in the space right on top of the staff. What about for bass clef? All cows eat grass. Well, that top space is a G, so we put a sharp right there. Like I said, it's going to keep going kind of back and forth. So back to treble clef, we're looking for every girl borrows dad's Ferrari. So we're looking for this second line from the top. You put your vertical lines in, and you make sure that it looks like that line is going right through there. In bass clef, good boys do fine always. So it's that middle line that you're aiming for. Good boys do. So we put our vertical lines in, and we make sure it looks like we're capturing that middle line. All right, now we mix it up a little bit. For treble clef, we put the A in this second space. Remember face, F-A-C-E? When we start putting them down in here, we're trying to keep everything contained to the staff as much as possible. So it's in that second space. And then for bass clef, we're coming down this way again. So all cows eat grass. We're trying to capture that bottom section. Now we're going to go back up here. So F-A-C-E, this next sharp is going to capture that top space. You might also notice if you're comparing treble and bass clef, it always looks like the bass clef is like 2 notches down from the treble clef. All right, and so let's see, all cows eat grass. So we're aiming for this space, not the top space, but the one below it. And then finally, the B for treble clef is right on that middle line. And then for bass clef, good boys do fine. Girls borrow dad's Ferrari. Great big dinosaurs fly. We're looking for that second line. So that way, all of the sharps are kind of contained within the staff. They're not way up in ledger lines or way down in ledger lines. And we have fat cats go down alleys eating burritos. Fat cats go down alleys eating burritos. And I will leave that up as a still for a few seconds so you have a moment to finish copying it.